Hi everyone, how are you doing? Welcome to my channel. After becoming a makeup artist, this is my first video and I'm very excited to share everything I know with all of you. So welcome back and consider it a fresh start. Today I'm going to share the look with you, which is a very sought after look. That's the classic smoky eye. And this is a look which mastered once, you can wear it for the rest of your life without giving it a second thought because it's very easy and very quick, and you will see how the magic happens. Okay, so let's get started. So let me tell you a couple of things which is very important when you get started with the smoky eye. First of all, you need clean brushes, because if there is any residue on the brush, then it might leave some effect which won't be very flattering on the skin. So that's why we need some clean brushes. And by clean, I mean squeaky clean. Yeah. A good mascara, whichever you like. And I always want to go for a creamy liner. And pencil liner, you can also go for some gel liner, but a rich, nice, creamy black liner. And 3 colors. Choose any color from the bunch of your favorite colors, but for the classic smoky eye, I would prefer to go with something that matches my skin tone, and a medium shade and black. You got it. So let's get started. I start with my creamy liner. I think I'm going to switch with this one. Okay, let me get started with the powder, because after you are done with your base and before you get started with your makeup look, there will be some, natural oils working, and we need to do a little bit about it. Otherwise, blending wouldn't be easy. So I'm going to use the powder, and for that, let me use a pressed powder. That would do. All right then, just a little bit of it, doesn't take a lot, and a little bit more in a concentrated way. Okay, so I'm ready to get started with my liner. It doesn't have to be very precise. You can go with a very relaxed and free strokes here, because it's just the beginning. Leave some room right here around the outer V or outer corner. And also I like to leave some room near my inner corner, because when you blend, you need that space. I like to use a dense brush which is not very big, because small brushes give me better control. And here I am looking forward to getting a look which is right here in and around my eyes. I'm not going too far, so I really want my look to be right here. Okay, so this is the first step done. Now I'm going to use the shadows, and the first shadow would be my skin color. This is my palette. I love to go with brown tones, and always make sure that you are patting it, or you have a separate palette or something where you can just tap it. I'm already seeing the smokiness here, and try to work fast as you can, because then the blending will be really seamless. And I am going to go with a fluffy brush. This could be a large size brush. I usually use this brush for the strategic powder application, but around my socket line I would go with this color because I do not want a very power pack color effect there. It is all about the effect. I want a gradient effect. And if you notice, I'm not going far away from my outer corner here. That's very important because when it is very concentrated there, you see the impact. Okay, and then I'm going to do the same on my lower lash line. Don't have to be very pinpointed here as well. You can be relaxed. The more your fingers are relaxed, the better it is. Try to reach out here because that's where sometimes we tend to miss. And now I'm going to use a very thin brush, which is also fluffy, but it is even more precise. And I'm going to use the skin tone color and trying to smoke it out. Earlier I would miss this, the outer corner section, and I would miss that smokiness right there. And that's why now I can say that the difference it makes is really huge. Okay, and now I'm going to start working with my black. As you know, with black you really have to be very careful. You don't want too much of it, so always try to tap off the color on a palette, a little bit black on the outer V or the outer corner, but I do not want it in a very crisp V shape. I want it in a very rounded shape so that it just gives me a tight look around my eyes. I'm not going here too far away from my socket line. I'm just trying to concentrate the color, the black color right here, and immediately I will take the big fluffy blending brush, and again I'm going back to the skin tone color. Whatever excess you see here, the residue from the black is blended nicely with the skin tone color. The more smooth it is, the better it is. Then you get that smoked out look. You can also go near the socket line. Try to concentrate the brush around the outer corner and near the socket line. Don't go too far away from the socket line, and don't try to go too near to the inner corner of the eyes, because we want it smoky, but we still want a beautiful look, not a very dark look. So that is why it's important to have control over your brush, because when you tap off the excess color, you can match and manage the color. But if the brush stroke is not in a controlled way, then it can go where the color is required less. So that's what I want in a smoky eye. Now I'm really going to go for a different kind of shade which is lighter than my skin tone, but also it is not very white. I would want to go for this burnt orange kind of shade because it is similar to my skin tone, but it is lighter and it has a little bit of orange touch to it, and that's why it is going to open up the areas around my eyes. I'm really liking to use this color, and I'm going to take the fluffy brush first, and with that, here it is, going over my work here, because it doesn't have a lot of effect, because I'm not, packing my brush with the color. I'm trying to use it in a very light way, just a sprinkle of powder, you can say. Okay, and the difference that it makes is really huge. You can see the smokiness even more when a color is used like that. And really around, it depends on the eye shape. So I'm going to use a small brush here, and taking that color, the burnt orange shade, I'm going to just try to use it. It is going to mesh with my skin tone, but it will add something extra, and that extra is a lighter smoked out effect. That's going to give me a nice transition, and with nothing on the brush, and especially for that reason, I say a very squeaky clean brush, no color on. Take a little bit of powder, because it is easy to blend like that, and also it doesn't add any color that you don't want there. I'm going to blend it out just like that. All right, I try to blend the edges out with the powder, because I do not want any color, but I want a really nice blending there. And what about the inner corners? We are going to intensify the upper lash line and the lower lash line. And in a classic smoky eye, I would really do that much and go for a powdery kind of shade which matches my skin tone. Could be any powder like this for the inner corners, or if you want to, add a little pop of shimmer, you can do that. But I would really want to go for something which is aligned with the whole look. I'm not going to go for a different shimmer which packs a punch, because I really want my smoky eye to stand out, and I really do not want my shimmer or inner pop to stand out that much. So let's do that. First, I'll go and intensify the look. Every time I'm using something, I'm trying to blend it out. Blending is the key word in smoky eye. You really want that smoked out effect. Going for some mascara, lots of quotes, but go little by little, because you do not want to ruin this beautiful look. When it comes to smoky eye, I like to do one eye at a time. Try to cover the roots with the mascara, and for that I would go for the tip, but remove the excess product. It has to be a little bit, smoked out, deep dark near the lines. Take your time with the mascara, because it is going to enhance the look. I'm pressing the mascara on the roots, and don't leave those extreme cornered lashes. The details really matter here. And I like to use a tip again for covering my lower lash line, lashes. There you go. And after you are done, take just couple of seconds to see where you can do a little bit more with the color. And for that, I always use this pinpointed brush, which is fluffy but very thin, and that way I have better control here. I'm looking for those areas where I see that I can use a little bit more color, but it is just a touch up. And because it is your skin tone color, it is forgiving. Do you see this edge? Here, because your eyes are sensitive, sometimes you are getting some color. Your eyes are sensitive sometimes your eyes are watery. So the effect right around the outer corner gets, lost in the whole process. So every time I do this smoky eye look, I make sure that this corner, especially around the outer corner, is really well blended with color. And now a little bit of powder to again blend the edges. So blending, 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 blending. When you think that you are done, just give it another blend. Okay, now I can stop right here, but I would take a little bit extra step here because, as I say, a little bit of shimmer with the smoky eye looks good. And for that, I'm looking for something which is not very, very, very power pack shimmer. I'm looking for something a little subtle, So for that, I'm going to try using but again, not too much. So just tap off the excess you have. The more clean you can keep around the eyes, the better it is when it comes to smoky eye, because then the smokiness is even more impactful and intense. Okay, just a bit, not too much, and just a bit here is the leftover color, not too much. So that's the lesson I learned in my makeup school, that actually less is more, and you can create a lot with the colors that you already have. There you go. So that's it, my friends. This is the smoky eye. I'm going to complete the look and then show you the result. Okay, so stay tuned. All right, guys, that's about the look. I completed my look and I'm very, very happy with the way it turned out. But a smoky eye, for me, always has to have an extra element, and that extra element is my blush, and that blush is peachy blush. I just love it. With the smoky eye, which has the color of my skin tone, black, and a lighter shade, maybe a burnt orange. So somehow I like a peachy blush. So let me get started with my blush application. I already have a little bit blush on, but every time I complete a look, after that I go one more time because I love it. But again, I will not go for too much highlight here because this blush itself is so beautiful and I want my eyes to stand out. So that's about it. I hope you like the video, and every time I come here and I share my looks with you, you can tell me in the comment section. Every day I create something different and I post those pictures on Instagram, and you can search my profile with my name, Soma Roy Chaudhary, and you will find the looks there. What I do here and what I'm thinking here of doing is creating a look that gets uh, admired by most of the people, and the look that stands out, the look that gets compliments, and the look that is very sought after by my friends. And yeah, that's about it. I'm going to take and pick that look. You know, the look has to really stand out, and the look has to impress most of the makeup lovers, and that look will be shown here on my channel, how I achieved that particular look. So that's about it. Thank you so much for staying with me during my journey from an amateur artist to a trained makeup artist. Thank you so much. I hope I can offer you the looks that are very, very, very much wanted by you. Yeah. Bye. Have a great Sunday.